What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. This is the Leeds Therapy. I do hope you are doing well. Thank you. Jesus, my hair looks fluffy. I need to do something with that. That's what happens when you grow it after it being shaved. On the right-hand side, you'll see my niece's race for life, Cancer Research UK. I do talk about this a lot, but it'll be in the description down below as a link, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. If you could help in any way, that would be greatly appreciated. You guys have been fantastic in that so far, so anything that you could do would be really, really, really pleasing. For me, I'd be really pleased to see that. So, also, make sure you are subscribed, make sure your notifications are turned on, make sure that you are commenting, make sure you're liking, hyping, all of that good stuff. If you're listening to the audio version, either on Spotify or on Apple, give it a like, give it a follow as well. That would be fantastic news. Thank you so much. So, I'm not going to dilly-dally around, we're just going to jump straight into it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the sexy pirate Pascal Struijk has completed his move to Brighton. So after spending more than 8 years at Ellen Road, Struijk has completed a permanent move to the South Coast where he'll reunite with former Leeds teammate Jorginho Rutter. They had to do the announcement that involved Rutter at the same time as well, which was mildly annoying, but there you go. The Dutch-born defender has signed a 5-year contract, keeping him at Brighton until the summer of 2031, giving Fabian Hurlitzer another quality left-footed centre-back to add to his squad. For Struijk personally, this is a huge opportunity. Not only is he joining one of the Premier League's most progressive clubs, hurts me to say that, but they are, but he'll also be playing European football, and that's a big pull for absolutely anybody. That's after Brighton managed to qualify for the continental competition, and it's another chance for him to test himself on an even bigger stage. Now, there does appear to be somewhat a little bit of transfer confusion surrounding the actual fee. Now, originally, it was reported that it was 20 million, so 18 million plus 2 million in add-ons. Then it came out that it was 15 million plus 3 million in add-ons. Now, the official communication from Leeds, a million, guaranteed with a further 2 million in achievable add-ons, making the package up to 20 million, as I said. However, Brighton are still telling the same story, that it's 15 million plus 3 million in add-ons, making the valuation 18 million overall, which is a bit bizarre in how that's been reported overall. But I probably 20 million seems more likely than the actual 15 plus 3 overall. There are performance-based bonuses in there, but like I said, there's that ambiguity over the guaranteed amount. So Brighton are saying it's 15, we're saying it's 18. Who knows? Who knows? It's not uncommon in modern transfers, with clubs often presenting figures differently depending on how achievable the bonuses are for accounting purposes. Whatever the exact breakdown, we've received a significant fee for that player entering into the final year of his contract, and it's money that'll help fund transfers for us moving forwards. Struijk, he arrived from Ajax's academy as a teenager and developed into one of Leeds' most dependable defenders. Last season, he was very, very, very good, very dependable. He's captained the club on several occasions as well and playing a major role in both promotion campaigns. So he's a double champ, which is quite cool. And I wish him nothing but success, genuinely speaking. Wish him nothing but success, and I hope that everything works out for him as well as what we can hope it does, only when he's not playing against us, but that's another thing. Now, on to something slightly more interesting that came out of left field, and this is to do with Illan Meslier. Apparently, according to reports from Team Talk and other areas, Arsenal have identified the former Leeds United goalkeeper as one of the options that they are considering if they fail to secure permanent deal for Kepa. Because apparently Kepa might be leaving, and if Kepa goes, they apparently want to bring Meslier in. So the report claims that Arsenal are assessing several goalkeepers capable of competing with David Raya, with Meslier's Premier League experience and relatively young age making him an attractive candidate. Meslier is still only 26 years old, despite already having well over 200 senior appearances. And, I mean, we know what he's capable of. He's produced some outstanding performances, but towards the end of his career at Leeds, it became incredibly incredibly error-strewn. It's just a real left field one. It's important, though, to mention that this is purely speculation at this moment in time, rather than like any form of advanced negotiations taking place. It's just something where he has been identified as a potential number 2 for Arsenal, and it's whether or not he would want to go in as a number 2. I don't know whether or not he would. He spent one season on the bench. I don't know if he'd want to spend another season on the bench at the same time as well. So we'll just have to wait and see. Right. Finally, let's have a conversation about Illan Suzuki. Now, interestingly, during the evening, credible Italian journalists came up with some little bits and pieces of information. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you, or a little graphic that I created that I'm just going to pop on the screen now for you. And the links between us and the Japanese international goalkeeper continue to gather momentum. And this time the reports are coming from some of Italy's most respected transfer journalists. Italy, journalist and respected. It's a bit of a weird combination to put together. The latest information has come from Gianluigi Longari of Sport Italia, who reports that Leeds United are actively trying to close a deal for Suzuki. Longari states that negotiations are progressing and that Leeds face competition from clubs elsewhere in Europe, highlighting just how highly regarded the Parma goalkeeper has become. His report has since been backed up by the respected Italian journalist Gianluca Di Marzio, as you can see on the screen, where he said Illan Suzuki is the most concrete option for the goalkeeper at LUFC. He said that, obviously, that we're pushing hard for him. Meanwhile, transfer expert Alfredo Pedulia has continued to mention Leeds as one of the clubs showing serious interest in the Japanese international. Across various reports, the suggested valuation is around 30 million. I think it's euros, which would make Suzuki one of the most expensive signings in Leeds United's history and comfortably the club's record fee for a goalkeeper. That figure has likely surprised a lot of supporters. Well, if X is anything to go by, it has. When you look into the market, it begins to make a little bit more sense. Suzuki's only 23 years old. He's already Japan's number 1 goalkeeper. He's established himself in Serie A with Parma. And many scouts believe he has the potential to become one of Europe's elite goalkeepers over the next few years. So he's been nicknamed as Buffon Mark II. Who else? The Real Madrid goalkeeper, forget his name, has said that he's a very, very good goalkeeper as well. He's an outstanding shot stopper, exceptionally comfortable with the ball at his feet. He commands his penalty area well and fits perfectly into the modern style of goalkeeper, and that's something that Farke appears to be looking for. We all know how much Farke likes a keeper to be able to play with his feet and play the ball out. It's very, very good. What's encouraging about this, and again, treat it as the speculation that it is, it's nothing concrete. It's the caliber of journalists that are reporting the story. So when people like Lungari, Di Marzio and Pedulia are all discussing the same transfer, it usually suggests that there is a little bit of substance behind what's being said. Doesn't guarantee that the deal's going to happen. Got to say that now. It doesn't guarantee it, but it does indicate Leeds' interest is very, very real. Graham Smith has also said this evening that it's somebody that we're actively looking at, but there's nothing gone in as yet, and Zinni Boswell has said exactly the same thing as well. So I think that the coming days could be quite crucial for us, especially considering that Japan have now obviously been eliminated from the World Cup. So there is that side of things as well. If we can agree a fee with Parma and convince Suzuki to come to Ellen Road and that this would be the right step in his career, we might land one of the most exciting young goalkeepers currently playing in European football. Make no mistake, this would be an absolute coup if it happened. Genuinely, it would be an absolute coup if it happened. Now, I know the fee for a lot of people is quite a substantial amount of money, and I understand that it is, but when you factor in, depending on who you listen to, the 18 million that we've got up front for Struijk, potentially Perry might leave on that basis. I couldn't imagine us bringing in somebody if Perry wasn't going to go. So there's another potential 10 million. Look at more than likely obvious sale of Pirro that's going to go through as well. There's another 10 million there. Effectively, that keeper might end up costing us not a lot, and we might be able to do an astute bit of business in terms of bringing him to the club. Again, it's pure speculation at the moment. However, substantial journalists with substantial reputations in Italy are starting to mention it a little bit more. So much so that the local journalist in Leeds has now put his head above the parapet and said something, as has, Zinny Boswell from Sky Sports as well. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think he'd be a good fit? Let me know what you think about the potential of Meslier going to Arsenal. That's really, really weird. It's going to do it for this one, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please make sure you like. Please make sure you comment. Please make sure that you are subscribed with your notifications turned on. If you're listening to the audio version of this, like the audio. Make sure you're following on that side of things as well. And I'll finish off with saying, take care of each other. Most importantly, take care of yourself. I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Cheers.